And okay, looks like we're live.
I was
Hello,
wondering where this was.
hello everyone. Neighborly here, and welcome back. Ah, well, it's time once again to get back into Fallout.
Indeed.
Well, last we left off, we got abducted. So, yeah, aliens. This time it really was aliens. Okay, I know
Okay.
this is most likely not all a reference, considering that this came out long before that was the thing. But that glowing holograph looks surprisingly sus.
So, Sibaka. It really does. Damn sussy Baka.
Okay, if any aliens pop up out of a vent, I am going to well, I was going to kill them anyway. I'm just going to do it even harder now.
I was gonna kill them if they pop out of the vent. You mean you weren't before? Shut up.
Oh no, I all completely was. It's just
Oh no.
yeah, no, gonna be even worse.
You're gonna kill them twice as hard.
Cause oh yeah, I went into the cargo hold to check on stuff. Oh right, because I was looking because I was figuring, okay, if there's any place I'd be able to find that samurai's katana, maybe it might be the cargo hold.
Yeah, I was say you were looking for a sword for your samurai bro. I know you don't know much of him yet, but I'm sure he'll be a bro.
Yeah, and but I'm not gonna ask him to come with me because 1 second, turret.
Because of the language barrier.
Yeah.
Clever.
Ow! Ow! Oh, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. I'm in. I must say, I like how you random foray into accents lately. It's nice.
Eh, I guess in many ways it's just okay. Let it go where it's gonna go.
Hey, that's how you do.
Oh, it's okay. I'm judging by what's over here. I'd say I'm not just. This isn't just the cargo hold, but also the trash area too. Oop, oop, oop.
A trash area. My home. In the trash like a room.
this drone arm makes for a nice bit of artillery.
Indeed. At least it doesn't drone on or her.
And it's really good on ammo efficiency too. Now then. Okay, you guys have a lot of what look to be radioactive barrels in a container.
I don't know why I thought you said radioactive bears. Technically, Fallout already has that.
Yeah, plenty of Yao guys. Although from what I've been told, some people have mentioned has them showing up in places where they really wouldn't normally be. Or at least that's what I recall here.
Attack of the Yaoguai. Don't you hate it when a bear just randomly pops out of nowhere on you?
Yep.
Fucking bears, am I right?
Oh, don't get me started on bears.
I mean, I was just joking. Do you actually have a thing with bears?
Was more using it as an excuse to make jokes relating to Monty, and possibly drop a Country Bears reference.
Yeah, fair enough. At least it's not. At least they're not animatronic. I don't know why. I kind of want to see. Just have a Five Nights at Freddy reference now. Just like we go to a place, animatronic, keep Monty and animatronic Jerry, all that. So that would mean you'd be Chica. Oh God. Satoshi would be Foxy.
Ugh.
We don't have a specific bunny person, so. Who would be Bonnie? That's a good question. Fuck, now I'm curious. Who would our Monty be?
NCR MP Trooper helmet.
Fuck, I said Monty, I meant Bonnie. God damn it, I hate when I do that.
Sniper rifle. T-45D power armor.
These nuts? I don't know why I did that. Who am I kidding? Because I thought it would be funny.
Oh, it's not keeping an eye on my health. Oh, that could have gone better.
Just saying.
Maybe I should switch back to the alien disintegrator just because, well, easier to hit.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, I think.
Or at least, or one of the other alien guns.
You gotta get them goddamn aliens. They took your job.
It took me time!
Next thing you know, we get back to Red Earth. Aliens are now the male people.
Oh, great. Game crashed. Ree.
Whee! Hmm.
Well, at the very least, it crashed at a point where I literally had lost nothing. Because I just literally lost everything right before it crashed, so...
Oof. But yeah. Next we, I say, Cocaine Bear.
I still
Which
can't
I
believe that that's both a real thing and a movie that they're making based on that real thing.
no, it's already out.
Oh,
I've actually heard it got great reviews. And a sequel went.
how can there be a sequel to Cocaine Bear? If it's based on the real thing, it means the Cocaine Bear dies at the end of it.
I mean, clearly it's not entirely based on the real thing. It's the fact that the real bear didn't go on a massive killing spree and stuff. Clearly they're holding liberties, you know?
I suppose.
Yeah, at the same point.
I mean, look how many movies they made out of Sharknado.
Yeah, that's true.
I still need to watch some of the other Sharknado movies, just because it's that entertaining B movie nonsense.
Schlock.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not sure the whole definition of the term schlock, so wasn't sure if I was going to be using it in the right context.
Fair enough.
The aliens have the pew pew gun. Yow! Ow, 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 ow.
Hmm.
Now, I have now that I'm hoping something that's will be a little bit easier as far as aiming and hitting things instead of trying to take, arc trajectory into consideration. I'll be able to take as much damage this time around. We shall see.
Indeed.
much better on that front. Teddy bear, mine.
Monty?
No, just an actual plush.
Fair enough.
Oh, a reloading bench. Neat. But I am using primarily energy weapons, so not all that helpful. Oh, box of plasma grenades. Ammo box. Cinder block. Some weapon repair kits. Some tubifers.
Tubifer!
Missile launcher.
They took you too before.
With some missiles.
Don't you love it when people just leave their junk out like this?
As the old saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Or in this case,
One lady's treasure.
I was gonna say, we'll go more so say, artillery to fight against. To borrow a phrase that I've heard Carl use a lot, Xenos scum. Which I'm pretty sure is a 40k thing.
I think so. I'm not a 40k person.
Ooh, mines. And no, it's not me just saying mine. I'm talking literal land mines. Pew pew. Ooh, Muggy's got well, he's probably not going to have a big a reaction to me bringing him coffee cups from outer space. He's gonna be too busy losing his shit over the massive number of coffee cups I'm going to drop on him. Yeah, Muggy's pretty much the one thing one of the few things I'm actually looking forward to with going back to Big Mountain. See here. Loot. Duct tape. I'll take all of the duct tape.
The duct tape, yes.
I mean, it's duct tape. The number of things that you can do way outnumber the number of things you can't do with that stuff.
Pretty much.
Okay, so that's where that one leads. Where does this one lead? Exploration! So you got aliens have an entire examination table dedicated to a red piece of sexy sleepwear. And again, the part of me that's played a lot of Fallout 4 and 76 is really irked by the fact that there's a fan here and I can't pick it up.
Mm.
I mean, seriously, what's the matter with you? Give me my screws.
I don't know. I heard they're a bit loose.
A Mojave Express Dropbox in here. Interesting. Some nail boards. Minigun. And another intact garden gnome. And we seem to have reached the broken toilet section of the tour. You know, aliens, you're this tour Earth thing is it's kind of gone all to the crapper. Okey-dokey. We got a lamp. I'll take those Nuka-Cola mini trucks. Ooh, a flamer. Oh, you went down hard. Reed Underwood's terminal. Huh, let's see what's here. Time to do a little bit of hacking.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, so, apparently
Hmm?
a terminal for one of those alien conspiracy groups.
Goddamn aliens.
And apparently they also have a safe somewhere. Whether that safe was abducted and taken on the ship or is out in the wasteland is another question. But I issued the command to unlock the safe. So now I just need to find the safe. Which means, amongst other things, got to continue to be thorough in exploring this area here. Also, I don't accidentally miss the safe, if it is here on the ship. Yeah, because apparently whoever that guy was went and swiped some kind of doodad. Hydration. Two nice clean kills. Ooh, radiation suit.
cool looking gun. It looks like a bunch of fidget spinners, though. I'm sorry if you can't unsee that now.
Eh, it's not a problem because at least for me, I don't see it. All I see is a pew pew alien gun.
Pew pew is fun. Mr. Jerry, I found this gun. It goes pew pew.
They got some sunset sarsaparilla in here.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
The research lab, huh?
Hmm.
Hot plate. Let's make some stuff. Let's see. Make a blowfly smoothie. Huh. Mass purified water. That's a new recipe.
Hmm.
That might be something I can use the rest of my dirty water if I've got nothing else. Got what looks like a poison called Meltdown. I should also try and do that more on a future personal run. Try and actually use these recipes to make poisons and go for more of a sneaky type.
Hmm. Sneaker.
Yep. So, yeah. Try and cover both ends, firearms and melee weapons, so I can use the poisons when I gotta get in close, and use a sniper rifle when I just want to say goodbye from 10 blocks over. Out of this world pie, alien squid food, alien worm food, and flour. I'll make this and just sell it because I do not want to try eating that.
Hmm.
Rushing water, that's a chem. Rust rot. A star tentacle. or alien biogel and alien squid food. Huh. I wonder if I wonder if this Yao Guai medallions is going to have an addiction chance. Because ingredients: glowing mushroom, a pencil, a bottle of wine, and Yao Guai meat.
Bear.
Let's make some of those.
Don't you just love bear?
Oh, so I can use a Deathclaw hand, Flamer Fuel, and Rat Scorpion poison glands to make a Deathclaw poison. Minus 15 HP over 10 seconds. I guess the question is, is that minus 15 per tick over 10 seconds? That's probably minus 15 a tick per 10 seconds. Because things like the healing effects is HP plus 5 over 5 seconds, so that's plus 5 per tick. So that is a pretty potent poison, I would think. Yeah, because I've never really tried using poisons in the Fallout games before.
Nor have I. I haven't played one in a long time, but I was mostly just Bang Bang or Shish Kebab, since I fucking love that kind.
I should probably try making this this starticle, or
This vertical?
it's a portmanteau of star and tentacle. It's a recipe that requires for alien biogel and alien squid food.
Don't eat me!
Yeah, I don't really want to use my purified water to make some steamed mirelurk, because that's good water.
There's some good water.
Maybe I'd have to check its stats. The steamed mirelurk, it's HP plus 5 over 12 seconds and a plus 1 to my rads. Microfusion cell. Laser pistol, 32 rifle, scope 44 magnum, 10mm pistols here, missile launcher, assault rifle, and a plasma rifle. Oh, and a BB gun too. Making sure I am as thorough as possible to loot everything. To the research lab.
I don't know why I was expecting like a transition like Batman there.
Okay, aliens. What you researching?
What's the best booty? Can you help them? Find the best booty.
I'm not a Kirk kind of researcher.
Ah. Fair enough.
Looks like this research lab is mostly looking at vehicles.
Hmm. Interesting, very interesting.
Okay, I'm curious what it is over on top of that thing. So, if I remember the code correctly. Yep, there it is. Oop. Back down. Too far. Is that... No, it's just a chunk of exploited alien brain. So, turn collision back on.
Destroyed alien brain.
Or some other chunk of it. Because I'm no expert in in little green alien physiology, so I don't know what that part is.
Well, why not?
Oh, for starters, not much opportunities to dissect dead aliens when they don't make a point of making their presence known. Plus, it's also a bit hard to dissect them since a number of the ones that I come across all end up being ashed.
Yeah, you should probably work on that.
Yeah, considering that them being ashed means I'm getting critical hits that work in my favor, I'm not gonna go and look a gift horse in the mouth.
Good on you.
Knock knock.
Banana phone. I know that's an old reference.
So that door just led to a dead end with some of those healing rings. And you? Here. They seem to be doing experiments on giddy-up buttercups. A lot of giddy-up buttercups. Okay. So, are you telling me these, whatever you're gonna call them, aliens here, are basically in-universe Fallout bronies? Because that is a lot of effectively Fallout pony merch in here.
Don't judge them.
I'm not judging. I'm just surprised. I was not expecting to see. I mean, look, those are just literally shelves full of pony merch.
Oh, I was right about the name. It is Giddy Up Buttercup. Jesus, you want to Giddy Up Buttercup?
I mean, in theory. I don't know.
Apparently, there's $16,000.
Fuck that.
Yep.
Well, good on you for having good taste, I guess. But I am still going to have to wreck your shit for the abductions and potential anal probing thing.
Well, if only you could have all those buttercups and sell them for the real price.
I mean, if I could make that kind of money, apart from making sure anything that would be have to be accounted for taxes is deducted and set aside, I'd pretty easily use that to make myself an ace rig. No more potato.
Yeah, probably would too. I mean, I technically probably could afford that, but yeah.
Okay. What is with all the bodies and the blood around this one buttercup?
All hail the buttercup.
Also being labeled as test subjects.
All hail the buttercup. Do you not worship your Lord and Savior Giddy Up Buttercup?
I was more of a Bubbles fan than Buttercup.
Yes, Bubbles is great. Also, my Bubbles is great. For record, I think I've said it before, there is actually a Buttercup, since we have a Blossom and Bubbles.
Seriously, what the hell is happening here? Let me interact with the damn buttercup. What in the hell?
Oh, apparently a few of your companions will make comments if they're taken to the Buttercup room.
Well, I'm not taking any companions with me after what happened to the cowboy.
What happened to him? I forgot.
He got killed.
Oh. Rest his soul. One punch.
Right. I mean, I know this isn't a direct reference, considering that I'm pretty sure that unless I've getting my dates mixed up, that by the time that bronies were a thing, this game had already been out for a while.
Yep.
Because I don't exactly have that good of that good. I'm just gonna shut up now. And still no sign of that katana. It's gotta be in here, in this ship somewhere. I might have to come back here later, perhaps. So let's teleport back to the cargo hold. Yes, that's how you open that door. Back to the engineering core. I mean, yeah, if I can go with a build that is basically is a bit more of a crit fishing build, and I think I can live with that. Because, you know, at least in this game, you don't have to worry about the GM being cheeky and trying to cheat you out of loot if you accidentally ash someone.
That's fair.
electro suppressor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's in here? This way already.
Mm.
I think. Oh yeah, definitely. No sense of direction, so it's very easy for me to get turned around. Inaccessible door. Okay, so what's this way?
That is a good question.
Dead end there. Going this way then. Do a little quick save, just because it's been a little while since it last saved, and Alright, level up. Ooh, almost maxed out on survival.
Noise.
Not too much more, and I'll be at the point where I'll have all of my stats at level 1. I can start pumping extra points into the ones that I use more. Abominable perk rank 2. Which I do believe should be increased damage against aliens. Oh, not aliens, abominations, which I'm guessing aliens count as abominations.
I mean, they sort of are. Maybe.
Okay, that seemed to be a nice little circuit around the area. Still no sign of that katana. I must keep searching.
Container.
Off to robot assembly.
Indeed.
Oh, machine head pearl. Which I'm going to assume. Yep, bonus damage against robots. The alarm has stopped blaring and I'm not having drones come to shoot me. Let's see if we can find what we're looking for. I can get like a map of this area. I can check and see if there's any places that I've not been to yet. Ow! Whew. And it's one of the red shirts, so I can't kill it without taking a karma loss.
Ugh.
And someone's car alarm is going off.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Lovely.
Oh, now I can't.
Thank goodness it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Red shirts. Yes, sir. It just seems to have a boatload of turrets in here. Let's overload the assembly line, shall we?
Ooh.
Well, that made a nice little door. Ow! Yow! Okay, you want to hit me with the drone stuff? I think I'll return fire in kind.
Nice.
It kind of doesn't help if I'm shooting into the wall.
Not really. Unless that wall offended you. Did they offend you?
Yep, just the drones that are shooting at me. Okay, I am just not doing that well with hitting my targets. So, back to the things with some degree of accuracy. Ooh, that was a lot of aliens and alien drones.
I don't know.
And I find the parts of these scraps that are actual enemies I took down that I can loot. Which ones is just parts because I blew up the assembly line. Yeah, I mentioned though these alien weapons are kind of fun in their own way, but they are definitely short-lived because once you, I'd imagine once you leave the spaceship, you're not gonna be getting any more ammo for this for these guns.
Probably not.
So might as well try and enjoy them while they last.
You agree?
Do a little save.
Station. What? What's station?
I wonder how long you think it's gonna be before we discuss if we find some kind of death ray on this thing.
Indeed.
Because it's aliens in the style of the whole big eye green aliens from like the 50s. Of course, these things are going to have a freaking death ray.
Or the base like the gray. Yeah.
Oh ho! Found my target. Not my my general target, not the specific one. Okay, and now the coolant is going to blow. Okay, so before we go and speak to the person we're supposed to speak to, let's do a little bit more exploring to make sure we didn't miss anything. There's loot here still. So if I did come here, it means I wasn't that I missed stuff.
I didn't know you were exploring too. You don't know where we are, do you?
What an incredible smell you've discovered.
Yeah, it's kind of stinky in here. Did you cut the cheese? No way! Well, maybe a little. I bet we can find something neat, though. Yeah, you're probably right. Wait, did you feel that? We're moving. Cool.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I get it. We're in one of those trash cans that goes on the ship. I always wondered where these things go.
Did I just hear a cow? I just heard a moo.
Cows? We got cows!
Of course, aliens abducting cows. I didn't get a good look at that car.
You did it! Aliens, look out! Let me see if I can figure something out.
Sally! Oh, great. Sally, don't you go pulling a C-3PO on me! Uh-oh. Ow. Okay, I'm in the dump now.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
Not the dumps, the dump, as in I'm surrounded by literal filth.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Right. Well, now that I'm in the dumps, it's a new place, and maybe I can find that katana I was looking for in here somewhere.
Nice.
'Cause-
I haven't done Mothership Zeta, so I can't really be much help here.
Welcome, by the way, MT.
Hey yo.
Hey, are you okay? Skin, knee, or anything like that?
Sally, I swear, if while I'm down here some kind of tentacle monster starts attacking me, or the walls start caving in, I'm gonna be blaming you.
I think I'm okay. You don't look so good, though. Okay, I'll try and find a way to help you get out of there. Otherwise, see you back at the core.
experience?
What's this button? Whoa! Hey, can you hear me down there?
Ooh, a safe. Let's see. Can't I? And a police pistol. This place is a mess, putting it lightly.
Oh yeah, they definitely know we're here. Don't let them sneak up on you.
I'm not even sure I want to know what's in some of this liquid that's spewing out over there.
Watch out, more are coming from behind you. I'll try to block their progress.
Ow! Okay, let's try and use some food to heal up some of that health. Oh, alright, adapted biogel. That works too. The alien biogel appears to have side effects. Oh crap. Biochemical anomaly, int -1. Gonna have to get that taken care of as soon as I can find another one of those healing rings.
Hang on. One of these guys has got to open that door. Their radios got quiet all of a sudden. I'd be careful if I was you.
Come on. Headshot. No, you don't, Mr. Alien.
meanie. Just you wait till my friend.
Oops, medical supplies.
Okay, let's get out of this place. Let's get back to the core and never speak of this again. Sure, there's a teleporter nearby that I found. Race ya.
You're gonna win that race because I'm still looting. I am not. So I just am not seeing any sign of that katana anywhere around this place. Was I supposed to maybe have? Now I'm starting to wonder. Could I have been to the place it's supposed to be, and I should have brought the samurai with me in order to get to spawn? Because I can't feel like I might have passed it up.
Maybe. I mean, I can look it up.
Maybe, because with all the trash around here, this would be a perfect place for it to be hidden, for me to be unable to see it because of all the garbage lying around, for it to just blend in with everything.
The waste disposal area of Zeta.
Which is where I'm at. So, okay.
It is at the outer southwest area in the closet full of medical supplies.
Which is where I'm supposed to be at, which I think is where I'm at.
So the sword should be acquired while Toshikira still resides in the engineering core.
And he should still be there. So if I'm in the right spot, I'm not seeing it. If it is the right spot, it hasn't spawned. At least
Southwest. Are you in the south?
Okay. Okay, get a little play with collision to see if let's see whether or not I'm missing it. Cause yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Do you have the map open? Oh, can you open the map?
Sure.
Alright. Map.
I really want to find that sword for that for that guy.
Looks like. Are you in the maintenance level?
I'm in waste disposal at the moment.
Is that in the maintenance? I'm just trying to understand the map.
It's connected to it.
Should be around there.
It's supposed to be on one of the shelves. It's not spawning. Because I'm in a what looks to be a closet. There's a lot of first aid boxes in here that seems to mark the ticks of the description of what you said.
That's what it says on. Have you destroyed any generators?
Yeah, I destroyed all 3 of the generators at this point.
Oh, yep, yeah, that's what it says. This disappears once all 3 generators have been destroyed.
Fuck. So at this point, I've got 2 options. Well, 3. The third option being just to say F it and keep moving forward.
I mean, if you want to get a samurai sword in general, just not his.
Yeah, I want to get his.
Oh, okay. Because it says you can still get a samurai sword. Simply killing him and looting his body.
Yeah, but I want to get his because I want to give it to him because I want to because he's probably the farthest removed from his own time out of anyone there. So I think he deserves to have his little thing. So if I want to still get it, I've got 2 options. One, go back to a save, go back to and reload an old save, which I might not have, or B, look up the code to just spawn the item in my inventory. That is a bit of a moment there.
Oh yeah, I remember you've had 2 moments. Like this week, the stuff with Infinite.
Yeah, I don't have a spare save from before I did all this.
So cheaty cheat cheat.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, if you've been overwriting your own saves, I would say just to save you the time, because I don't know how far you've invested into this DLC, but restarting all the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need the editor ID or form ID to find it?
Probably, because I don't exactly have a encyclopedic knowledge of all the console command codes, and I am turning the fan on because the radiator is doing its thing again.
That is editor ID. Nope, I almost pasted the same thing twice.
Let me see. Let's see. I think it's like player.modav add item and then use the code for the item, if I recall correctly.
Maybe, I mean, I've never had to cheat stuff in.
Because I was trying to be efficient while I was going around, and if I had known that getting that last reactor would have despawned the darn thing, well, fuck.
Yeah.
So okay. one of these codes.
Yeah, just go in front of him, be Chad, spawn it in midair, and be like, bam, this is your sword.
Okay, so let's try this one then. No. I am seemingly a bit too obsessed with trying to get this samurai his katana.
I mean, good for you.
Re.
Whee!
It'd probably help if I could just make sure I can get the full syntax of the full actual code I need in order to spawn that item.
I'm looking on the Samurai Sword wiki page. Wait, this. I know Cap does a lot. No, we wouldn't. No. How do I find it?
I'm just surprisingly way too invested in this.
Type player. You know what? I'm just gonna copy it to the chat. God damn it! That's not copying. Like, that's what it said, like, how to spawn an item in. So you don't have a quantity to it.
If I'm gonna find out that the whole reason this has not been working right is because I've been goofing on adding up a quantity.
You're gonna re?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold on.
This is this is kind of stalling things here, just because I really just want to make an old samurai happy.
We also just need to figure out how to load them in.
This is most frustrating.
Play that. I don't think his sword would have a condition to it, would it?
Not sure.
Try adding 100 after the thing. Oh, cause it's a weapon. So try adding, yeah,
Adding what?
like 100 at the end of it, like add item XP1 and then space, like 100 to say you want it with a condition of 100.
Okay, I'll use that code then.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go and have to go ahead and slip on out. So.
Hey, thanks for coming by.
Well, yeah,
All
you
right,
got
no problem.
Yeah, you got your game tonight. You do it, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I want to at least say, hey, I'm slipping out for just a minute. I still have stream up. Don't worry. Best of luck. Y'all got this. Fiddling with the console menu.
Yeah, we got this. I'll help her.
Give me that samurai sword.
Yeah. I will hack the very fabric of the Matrix. So did you try adding 100 to the end of it?
Sure.
Yeah, I tried it.
Here you go.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Wait a sec, let's see. That should be it. That should be the item code.
It's not, yep. No, I'm trying other codes that I've seen, trying to look them up for myself, man. It's not working. So
Any code in general?
at least not for the ones that are supposed to be for the sword.
Well, look, how about we try another one to make sure we're not messing it up? Like,
So basically a known code.
that's an alien atomizer or something. Try that and I think you need a condition at the end of it, like 100 or blah blah blah.
Okay, let's give it a try.
That way we know if we're messing up with that or something else.
Nope, that didn't do anything either.
So it might be we might be doing the entering thing wrong.
Hmm.
You know what? Try this, for example, see if that gives you anything.
Nope, that's not working either. Something somewhere along the way is not working quite.
Are you
right.
doing 0 or 1?
Uh,
Just making sure you're doing 0 or O.
0.
Okay, just making sure. Actually, wait. I think they're O's. Try them as O's.
Nope.
Capital.
One thing I noticed with in the past is capital doesn't work, because when I put things in capital, it still came out to being lowercase when it was entered in.
Hmm.
So it's not context sensitive.
So you can't copy paste?
I'm manually putting it in as written. And this is also starting to also getting to the point where I'm not be able to look this up using my phone to easy copy paste, because my phone's battery is about to die.
I mean, I can keep reading them to you if you need to. I'll stick with you, buddy.
At this point, it's more a question of, are we investing so much time into this that it's taking away from the stream itself?
At the same point, hey, I think people want you to be happy. But, oh.
So far, the only console commands I really know how to do is just to add to my carry weight.
Okay, so the X in front of it apparently changes. So the X. Try one of the other ones I gave you, like the. Try the 001 FFFEC one, you know, with those. Try it with that one.
With the XX or without the XX?
Without the XX.
Okay, without? Okay, gonna do it without for this first one. No. I'll try it with.
Cause I think like it looks like the form ID, the XX. It says it on the wiki. It says let's see. So you have all 5 add-ons, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm guessing.
But there's another thing that could be an additional thing that's also set up to run tail to Wastelands.
Yeah, because that XX is supposed to be, I think it would be like 01, 02, depending on which DLC you have or something.
Okay, this is starting to be too annoying. I'm just gonna move on and just try and remember that for the next time I go through.
I'm just linking all that stuff to you so you can look it up and all that.
Yeah, basically, this is my first time doing this, so I was bound to screw up. I mean, I always screwed up in letting the cowboy die. Yeah, if I shoot the red shirts, it gives me a penalty to my karma, but I can't go and sleep in the bed because there are enemies nearby and they still count as enemies.
Yeah, so I think the issue is we don't know what your form ID is. If we figure out what that is, I think we can get you the thing.
Got all the generators, huh? Time to take a walk outside.
Oh, so we will have to see what your thing is.
Hey there, everyone. So, your parents anywhere?
Okay. And there we don't know, but I have an idea. Find one of the NPCs from this and have the console on them and click on them so we can see what their form ID is. Something from this DLC, so probably like
Zero
One of
B. Let's see, for Electrocorian, it's 0B003308.
yeah. So 0B might be your I guess form ID. I'm guessing because of your mods and other stuff. It says the load order.
So basically,
Yeah.
try it with the.
Yeah, that in front.
Okay.
If
so-
anything, like I said, if anything, find you do have items specifically from this DLC though too, don't you?
I've got one equipped right now.
If anything, find a place you can drop it, look at it, and look at its ID.
If she's up here,
That might
we're
be
going to find
doable.
her, okay?
And then you'll know the load order for the mods and all that. And since you just saved, if glitch or shit happens, you can just go back.
The alien atomizer is FF.
And that would probably be FF. I think that, and let me check the wiki to make sure that's I got this all right. Let me see. Yep, the FF is what you needed.
So it's FF00083B, right?
Should be. That should have been it, because it's... Oh, wait. Okay, you did do the one. And you're going with the zeros, not the O's this time, because I was an idiot.
Yeah, went with the zeros.
Why? That should work.
Worth a shot.
Hey, sweetie, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. What did you want?
You seem like
And
Wow,
that
he
it
did
that's
it!
and
Now
the
you're
only
gonna
one
have
you
to
have
go outside of the ship.
00083F,
I know it
right?
looks
At the
scary,
end of it
but that's
was for the
only way to
atomizer.
top. Oh, make sure you wear a spacesuit before you go.
We'll just say yes.
Yes, let me drop the thing again. The alien atomizer is FF001FA0.
FA0?
Yes.
You might. Because I'm looking at the form ideas on here and it says 00083F, 00A9A8, 009A9A9. Maybe.
Yeah, when I look at things like the crates here, it's 0B00 some, etc., etc.
Okay.
Why don't we just drop it? Because we're just gonna spend way too much time wasting trying to get this done on stream.
Fair enough. I mean, like I said, I just figured,
Yep. And I really do appreciate it.
no problem.
I mean, normally I'd end up asking Carl because he's one of the ones who I know who uses a lot of console commands with some of his playthroughs. So probably knows a lot more about this than I do.
Oh, same. I never use console commands. I'm literally just Googling this for you.
Yeah, so far the only console commands that I know and use are ones that he's taught me. Namely the one for increasing my player character carry weight. Because that particular console command is a godsend. I wonder why it is. It seems like with the last few Fallout streams, it seems like it's the Fallout streams that where the radiator decides it wants to do its thing to make it uncomfortably hot in here. Especially with it starting to get warmer out. I gave it a good try at least.
Hey, don't forget to put on the astronaut suit before starting the decompression sequence.
Okay, now where is that spacesuit?
Yes.
Okay, this is not the right suit. I don't think it is, at least. I forgot what the name of this spacesuit was.
Yes.
Hopefully this is the right suit. Okay, where's the button to turn on the oh, here it is. Hopefully I put on the right suit. No, I did not. Oh, there it is. It would. Yeah. Well, the things were if it was alive, it would have bit me.
Hey, don't forget to put on the astronaut suit before starting the decompression sequence.
Spacewalk! Okay, I am out in space. Literal space. Space!
Space. Space. Oh, space.
And I see some exposed panels. I shouldn't be able to hear the alien sneakers squeaking from outside here. Unless it's like broadcast into my helmet somehow.
Maybe.
Okay, I should probably repressurize before I switch back into my power armor. Quest added, the galaxy ain't big enough. Let's get back to my power armor now. All the way back up to the E, since I was using the Enclave Hellfire armor.
I'll get the door.
Yeah, nice view of the Earth from up here.
So pretty, isn't it?
Didn't think I'd ever see something like this.
That's really something. Almost enough to make you forget we're running for our lives up here.
Sorry, I should get the door. Hang on, okay?
I hear some aliens speaking, probably on the other side of the door. What was that?
Wow! Did you see that? Scary, but also kind of a stupid move on their part, don't you think?
It was me.
Oh, come on. You don't need to understand it to get the point. Some kind of a threat. And if they're threatening us, it's a good bet we're starting to scare them a bit. Now, you ask me. We need to find out what that was and make sure it doesn't happen again. But at least we know we're getting somewhere.
Oh, looks like I was right. There is a death ray. And since we're kind of past the 2-hour 44-minute mark, I think this might be a good point to call it for now.
That's fair.
Yeah, we goofed up on getting the samurai his sword, But
If anything, you can figure that with call off screen.
maybe. We'll see. Or worst case scenario, just save it for another playthrough.
Me too.
But with that, I'd say that's a good spot for us to wrap things up for the time being. So let's see who's streaming. Although odds are it's probably gonna be Fiora, because since Fallout here, she's getting her Fallout game warmed up, since that's where MT was going off to. So yeah, let's just go and give Fiora a raid, and of course, make sure I spell it correctly. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out, nickname.
No problem.
Also, a thanks to MT. Hope you're having fun. Well, that's assuming that the campaign has gotten started, or if you're still in the middle of just pre-game banter.
Of course.
Thank you to everyone who came by to watch, and sorry for the little lull there towards the end with being perhaps a little too stubborn about trying to get that katana.
That's fair.
But until next time, the next planned stream, it should be, well, it'll all depend on how quick we can get it done. But if we keep the kind of pace we were getting the last time, it should be the final stream of Dead Space 3 with us getting through the last of the victory lap, seeing the last of the co-op only content from the point of view of Carver, and just for the time being taking the whole Dead Space series and wrapping it up, at least until I can figure out a workaround for trying to get my hands on the Dead Space remake and finding a way to stream it that doesn't require my potato to have to try and run it and streaming at the same time. I think, though, if we can try and get something like that to work, a good test to see if we can make this alternate workaround work will be if I can find a way to play the 2016 version of Doom. So if I can somehow get it to work, at one point you will see me start a stream where I will rip and tear.
Hell fucking yeah.
But until next time, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
That's fun.